Hello, honor students. How are you? Let's today start part of the literature and books that we are going to discuss. This would be our second drama, Petals of Blood. Petals of Blood is actually an African play. Petals of Blood by Ngŭgī. Ngŭgī wa Thiong'o, the author. Such an amazing writer. Petals of Blood was written by Ngŭgī wa Thiong'o, a Kenyan author and academic who writes primarily in Ngŭgī, which is formally to be interpreted and translated into English. So we're going to have a discussion about Petals of Blood, thinking that this is an African literature and it is recommended for IGCSE students and GCSE students. Ngŭgī was subsequently imprisoned for over a year, and after Petals of Blood has been published, its strong political message provoked the Kenyan Vice President Daniel Arap Moi to order his arrest. Along with copies of this play, books by Karl Marx, and you need to revise Types of Theories, Part 2, where we mentioned Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, the companion of Karl Marx, of course, and Vladimir Lenin were all confiscated. This adopted as an Amnesty International prisoner of conscience, the artist was released from prison and fled Kenya. Oh la la. So, Ngŭgī writing Petals of Blood. It was actually in the United States, where currently he was distinguished as a professor of comparative literature and English at the University of California, Irvine. He has also been described as having been considered East Africa's leading novelist. His work includes novels, plays, short stories, and essays ranging from literary and social criticism to children's literature. The background of Petals of Blood, his greatest book, I believe, written by Ngŭgī wa Thiong'o, set in the aftermath of Kenyan independence, revered Kenyan author Ngŭgī wa Thiong'o's novel Petals of Blood, 1977. It follows the school teachers Munira and Kurga and barmaid Wanja and his boss Abdullah as they cope with the rapid modernization. Please revise that, what we have said before about how Kenya and big part of Africa moved from the old times, ancient times, where they had issues about that, into the modernization where new issues were created of the rural village Ilmorgo. The novel examines the Mau Mau rebellion and the legacy of colonialism, while criticizing the Kenyan government to reproducing the inequalities of the colonial regime. Please revise again the issues about that in African/Kenyan especially, to try to highlight Petals of Blood problems. And these were social and political, as we agreed in the session. The title is taken from The Swamp, a poem by Derek Walcott. If you think that you have learned something about Ngŭgī wa Thiong'o, a great African/Kenyan writer, this was part 1. And his great book, Petals of Blood. Wait for part 2 and part 3 probably to try to discuss more about Petals of Blood as one of the great African plays. Thumb up, drop a comment if you have one, share with others to benefit, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. Let's see you in part 2, Petals of Blood by teacher Karima. Looking forward to. Bye.